Okay, start.
Recording in progress.
Tops, fundamentals or basics. We are on the basic side. Could be MLOPS or AIOPS LLMOPS. So first we need to go for the basics. As part of this basics, yesterday we already discussed some ideas like, right, some kind of a very basic terminologies, what it is and how it is, um, what are all the components, and usually what we talk on a regular basis. And in order to get a kind of understanding, the platform side, AOps and MLOps, ML or LLM, we discussed a lot of things. Okay. So just if I give you a kind of a recap, we have been discussed the workflow or like life cycle, life cycle of the MLOps things and AI agents, LLM, all these things we have discussed, and how this industries got built. So IT industry, okay, software, what software product will be doing. So inside the application, how an ML model will work. We also discussed about the application. We also discussed about the model, where model fit into the application side, and types of the application also, like microservices, monolithic. These things also we have discussed, and we even discussed some network things as well. So we have discussed some protocols, right, and the flow from the your laptop to the website side. So these things also we have discussed. And other than this, yeah, quite basic things we have discussed. Let's go to the uh, some setup or environment setup, or you can also like, we'll see the setup and then after we will go accordingly if any doubts or anything there, or if you have already set up or not. The first thing first, we need to set up our local environment, because this is the platform for us. First, this is a platform for us. I not recommend directly jumping into the cloud environment, because if we directly jump into the cloud environment, nowadays we are not getting a free cloud like previously we are getting. Previously, AWS cloud is there, which is giving us 12 months free. Okay, but now they're not giving like that. So it is going to be enabled an auto debit on your debit or a credit card, but not like that. So there are some credits, 100 credits and 200 credits like that. Similar way your Azure also, and similar way your GCP as well. Okay, we have to create these accounts, but not right now. I'll tell you, because setting up these accounts, and we should also set up uh, an alert on the billing side as well. Okay, so if you are using free tier accounts, can we complete all our labs in the free tier account? Yes, we can do if you use with limited thing. Okay, you should create and delete immediately. Then you can practice that. We have other environment to practice as well. So first, let's get the some good understanding on the other platforms, and then we will go to the cloud side to discuss cloud native services. Because our project is going to build on the cloud only, not on the local environment. So we will learn all the different components and modules, and the structure, workflow, everything on the local environment, and then we will go to the cloud side, so that it will be very easy for us to understand. Okay, right? So we need to set up a local environment, and also there is one more thing important to create some accounts. Which accounts? For us, we need to damn sure create few accounts, and we have to use them only in order to do some work. Okay. Okay. Let's first of all, your Windows or a Mac system, whatever. you have with you, it should be a minimum requirements will be 8 GB RAM, at least 2 GB graphic card. Okay, if you're gonna do any trainings of small models inside our thing, 2 GB graphic card is enough, and at least a 256 or 512 MB, sorry, SSD is needed. If you have this one, it doesn't matter your Intel, Ryzen or whatever, it doesn't matter anything. Your HP, Dell or anything, so it is not matter. For Mac people, since Mac is going to support in a good way, like no need of things. Whatever you have, a Mac M1, M2, M3, M5, whatever the chip you have right now, it will support. Okay, it will support. Mac will support it. So for our local labs, these configurations are enough. You have Win or a Mac. Okay. And first of all, we need to install Python in our system. Python more than 3 plus version 311, 312, 313, 314. Now latest is 13. Fine, but 314 is having some bugs like it is not giving a good thing. It is breaking in the A libraries. So, but not a problem. It will support. If it is breaking, then we'll do downgrade the version in our system. But go with the latest version only. Okay. So Python should be installed. So for that, I'll give you the notes as well. So here I have notes. So I will give you this. Just please follow this one. If you have not installed, just please install the Python versions. You click on this link, it will direct you over there, and then you should install this. Okay. If you click on this link, it will take you here and do download this one. So latest version Python 3.14.2, or you can also download this install manager. So when you have installed this one, and there will be the HDD also not a problem. But when you're running heavy code, maybe it is very slow. Just check your whenever you are running any code or you're exposing anything. So Docker desktop like that. Mine is 8 GB RAM and choose. Okay, that's fine with that's super. SDD also will support you. It will not create a much problem to you. It will not. If it is a very old laptop, it like the people will be having some old dabba kind of laptop, right? That will actually won't run. But latest laptop you buy last 3 4 years, then so download this one. So once you are downloaded, if your system is not supposed .exe files, sometime you might bought a new laptop, let's say. So you should go to the settings actually. You should go to settings, open your settings, and here in the apps, advanced app settings and app execution aliases, you should turn off this one. Okay, python.exe and python3.exe, because in your system it may going to block you to not install this Python. You can block this, means you can turn off this one. Don't be turn on this one. It will never allow you to install in your system. To this one, it is causing you. That is the one thing. And yeah, once you have installed the Python, you can also do right away if you're not. So do these steps. I've given also here steps, and then you should install git bash. Not we will be not going to do regular basis PowerShell or these things. We should install git bash. Go and git bash download, git bash download. Click on this and click on this one. Okay. Please go this link I have given already in the chat. It will be also available in our Google Classroom after the class. Click on that and just scroll parallelly with me. You should install the git bash. Okay, for git bash, if you can see here toggle. Okay, if you click on this one, it will close this nodes. If you expand this one, it will expand the nodes. Okay, like this, it will expand the nodes. So here your git, you should install your git for your Windows or Mac, whatever. If you are on the Mac, you should use brew. Okay, so brew, it automatically comes with your Mac. If not, you should install brew as well. So that is a CLI tool. In some Windows, if it is not available directly to install, you should install Chocolatey. Okay, Chocolatey. So Chocolatey, if you just type this one in the Google, Chocolatey will help you like brew in the Mac. Just single commands, it will install all the things. Okay, download, installing Chocolatey. If you run this command in your PowerShell, you should open your PowerShell with the administrative mode, and if you copy this and run it, it will run in your system. And then you can do Choco install git, Choco install helm, Choco install docker. So whatever command you will give, this Chocolatey will automatically download. It's a package manager kind of thing. Okay. So that is an advantage, the Windows, of installing the Chocolatey. Okay. So first thing, once you have installed, you should open your terminal. Should open your terminal in your Windows system. Okay. When you open your terminal in your Windows system, it will open CMD or PowerShell, not the Git bash. Okay. Is everyone installed Git bash? Confirm me, please. First thing is we should install Git bash. Yes, Git bash is done. Okay. 2, 3. So once you have installed the Git bash, what you need to do, you should configure your terminal like this. Every time it is not good to open Git bash terminal separately. We should configure inside this terminal only. It will be very easy. If you are on a Mac, please download. I'm unable to do this right now. Fine. Later you can do it. Okay, fine. No problem. If you are on a Mac, if you are on a Mac, please install, oh my gosh, okay, ZSH. Otherwise, okay, download, do this one. It will be very friendly terminal. Okay. So, oh my ZSH or oh my gosh, you can download this one. It will be very a friendly terminal for us. So you can use uh, Control T or Command T to open the new terminal, and then you can configure by going into the file site, and then you can configure the size of the font and everything. So it will be very easy because we gonna work most of the times in the CLI only and in the IDEs, VS Code, Cursor, anti-gravity, okay, like this. Okay, we're gonna work in a coming classes with the complete IDE setups. And with IDE setups, we also prefer CLI. Okay, and what are all the IDEs we should download? We will discuss in a future classes. But now a minimum setup is needed. Fine. Once I have installed this one, okay, what you need to do? Open terminal. If you search terminal, you can install ZSH. I mean, Bash also fine, not a problem. In the Git Bash, if you install, that's fine. But ZSH will give you more friendly in the Mac. Okay, both are already there, not a problem. Good. Git version, Apple Git, not a problem. Good, good, Saurabh. Okay, open this terminal in your Windows if you are in a Windows, and here you can see this drop down. Click on this drop down and go to settings. And here when you go to settings, click on the startup. Okay, when you and integration. Inside this integration, you should on this one. Automatically it will copy whenever you any select. Okay, and then if you come down here, you can create a new profile. Here you can create a new profile. So what I'm doing, I'm going to click on this Azure Cloud Shell. Okay, or you can click on add new profile, add empty profile. When you add empty profile, you can give any name here. Okay, then command line, where do you want to be, which open this one, this file. So we should select which one, we should select our git bash. Okay, so this is cmd is executing, we should select git bash. If you click on this, it will ask you to browse. Once you have downloaded the git bash, browse on it and go to C drive, go to C drive. Here program files, git bin, and just select this bash. Select this bash and open. That's it. For me, it is already done. So once you have opened this one, and just come down and save. Come down and save. And when you go here, when you click on this new plus symbol, automatically your git bash will be opened. Automatically your git bash will be opened. Okay. What is the difference between ZSH and bash actually? Are you sure? See, ZSH is the good one, friendly mode, as I said. So which is customizable kind of thing. Uh, Bash is also same in a simple mode. There's a much I'm not finding any big differences, but it's a friendly manner. ZSH is extended over the bash. That's it on your distribution, something like. So whenever you run some commands or whenever you run this Linux based distribution commands, ZSH will give you more friendly things. Okay. Once I have installed, you should run pwd. Pwd. That means present working directory. That means present working directory where you are. I'm in C users admin. If you wanted to do a specific actions in a specific folder, then you should change that into the specific folder by using change directory. Okay, we will discuss all these Linux commands, but now, so this is a setup we should do in your Windows terminal if you are using Windows. Mac is fine. Mac, however, it will be open the same kind of terminal. It is fine. Okay. And second thing is go and install VS Code. VS Code download for the Windows and Mac. If you are using any Ubuntu thing, fine. You can download for the Ubuntu. Okay. Download this VS Code in Windows and then install it. Once you have installed, you should open your Windows VS Code. Okay, it will be like this, and go and install some extensions here. Go and install some extension. Which extensions you should install? So these are all the extensions. So Git Lens, Jupyter. When you click on Jupyter, automatically it will come up with all this. Okay, and so Pretire, it will be automatically complete your code, and Pylons will also come with your Python only. And install Python extension. If you click on here, you should search all this. You can see I'll be however providing you in the doc, or you can just quickly open VS Code and type all this and install it. How you have to do? Example, I wanted to go for a draw.io. So when you click on this, it will ask you to install here. You can see install here. Once you have installed, it automatically install and render into your VS Code. Okay, VS Code. Fine. Now this VS Code, we already installed the Git, right? Whenever you install the Git, so that Git will be available as a terminal in your VS Code also. Here in the top right, you can see here. So there are 4 options here. If you click on this option, it will open a terminal here. Terminal, CMD, bash, all these are same words, the same thing. Okay, terminal, CMD, PowerShell, different interfaces, but everything is giving you CLI mode only. Okay, if you drop down, select this drop down and click on Git bash, it will give you the bash terminal here. You can see bash terminal here. So PowerShell is not always a comfortable shell, because most of the commands it will never understand. You should install WSL as well. Okay, so WSL, which is going to support in your Windows system to run some kind of Linux distribution commands. So if you install Git bash already, then it will support Git bash to run those kind of commands. The VS Code, you should install this one, and automatically if you click on this, it will open your Git bash. Okay, so this is the one thing. And coming to Python, so once you have already installed the Python, you should ask Python hyphen hyphen version. When you ask Python version, it should show Python version to you, 3.14.2, the latest version. Download the latest version only. Okay, install this Python in your system. So sometimes once you installed, even you run this Python version here, or even you run this Python version in your terminal, it has to show the version. It has to show the version. Now you are running in different tabs, right? In VS Code and here. So it will never allow you to provide this information actually. Means it will not give it this output. It will give an error. Why this will give an error? Because in Windows system, you should configure environment variables. Okay. We should configure environment variables. If you go to the Notion here in Python installation, after you have installed, run these commands. Okay. If it is not showing, then go and create an environment variables. They mentioned here. I have not, I will add those things. Okay. So what happens when you run where py? Okay, it will show you this one. I can see. Okay. So this is the path. where this installer was installed. What do you need to do? Just click on your search and search environment variables in your file. It will open this one. It will open this one, this window. Your Windows button in the keyboard and R. If you search environment variable, or in your Windows system in search, just search environment variable. It will open this window. Or otherwise, system.tpl is the file, Windows R. Okay, it will open this one. You should go to this advanced and click on the environment variable. We need to configure this user and system, so that your system will understand that wherever, in whichever the path you are running, it will take it as a globally. Otherwise, it will only understand to the specific directory. No, it's not like that. Okay. First, what you need to do, you have to come to this window and then click on the path. In the system variables, click on the path. Here, you should click on edit and then after new. So here already path is there. You can see this is the path where my Python is installed. This is the path if you see here. Okay. So if you are not able to see this one, it is not done. Then you should click on new and then you should provide the path. The path which is there inside here. This one. Okay. This path you need to give it here. And then OK. So two things. Scripts. After this scripts and up to this 314. Once you have done, you should also go to user variable, path, edit and new. Then whenever you run commands, it will show you the output in whichever the path you are running. You might be running in VS Code, different directory, different folder. Okay, it will open. It is applied for all CLI things. For your kubectl, for your AWS CLI, for your Docker CLI, for your Git CLI, for your Python, Java, NPM, okay, for all. If your system is refusing to uh, give it back a response, whatever you're asking in a CLI, so if it is refusing, then you should configure environment variables, the Windows system. So that is important. Okay, okay, fine. And then create GitHub account. So most of you already have account. If you are not having account, just please create the account. It is important for you as well, where you are going to add this URL into your resume. Okay, sign up for GitHub and it will be very easy that you can easily create actually. Same like your Facebook account creating, you can create that. Okay, so once you have created, so it will ask you to provide your uh, Gmail address and password, and then it will give you one code to your Gmail. Then enter that code into your GitHub account. It will create and it will ask you to provide verification with the captcha. That is different pictures that will be selected in a way. Once you have selected, so you are not robot, you are a human, like that it will confirm. And later it will ask you to download passkeys. Please download those passkeys. And once you have downloaded, it will ask you to download any Google Authenticator app or Microsoft Authenticator app. Okay, so this is the Google Authenticator app. You should download in your mobile or Microsoft Authenticator app. This one. Okay, download it from your Play Store and App Store and download this and create this authentication. Okay, once you create authentication, it will give a 6-digit code. You should enter that, then only you will be able to log in like this. You see it here. Okay, so like this it will give you the code of whatever the account you are logging in. It is similar like your company account also. You can also add company account also here. That will be isolated completely. Single app only, you will connect to multiple accounts. So this is a best practice, and make your one permanent GitHub account. Don't create every time new accounts. Please maintain one GitHub account. Once you have created your account is very plain actually. So please complete your account. Right side, if you see this is your username. Okay. If you click on this profile, it will open a profile to you. And there will be no repositories, nothing. It will be completely the plain one. Okay. And if you go to this repositories, here it will be plain and you should create the new repository. We will discuss all this, what is repository and all. But you must create at least one repository. Okay? Create a test repository. Once you created this GitHub, then you should go to your git bash. Okay, go to git bash. Open your terminal here. I would like to go to downloads. cd downloads means change directory. I'm changing the folder. So there are some terminologies. What terminologies? In Windows, in Linux, in Windows we call it as a folder. In Linux we call it as a directory. Directory, okay? Folder and directory. So in order to switch to the folder in Linux, we call change directory. Okay. So cd and the folder name, directory name. Okay. Then it will open and do enter. Automatically it will provide you this downloads words here. Okay. And then what you need to do? You have to give git init. So it will initialize your git actually inside your uh, system. So that means it will make ready this plugin and binary for your git commands to communicate with your git repository. So this is a client. So this is your GitHub. You must create and maintain one account, and this is your GitHub. And here in our laptop, here in our laptop, we should communicate with the this GitHub. Okay. So for that, we need git bash here. Git bash here. Git init will be initializing the local repo. Yes. Okay. Git bash here. That's why we have downloaded. Okay. So when you run git init, so whatever you have downloaded, the binary and the plugin, all these things, right, that will initialize and it will create your local repo. Okay, local repo, again your folder only. Some terminologies there. We will start with the basic classes again with the git. So let's say here it is a folder, it is a repository. Again, in git terminology, you call folder as a repo, repository, repo. Two terminologies: remote repository, local repository. Remote repository in the sense you are creating the repo here in GitHub. So that is remote repository. That is remote repository. The same remote repository you are downloading into your system. You're downloading into your system. When you download, it will be a duplicate one. Okay, it will come into your system, the same folder, same repo, and then you will call it as local repository. Then you call it as local repository. So this is the difference between these two terminologies: remote repo and local repo in your system. Okay, so how are we gonna download? Once you have set up your account in the GitHub, you should come to your terminal. Okay, let me create one new. Click on new, give test MLOPS. This repository name is available. It will be globally. It will check if this already used in my GitHub account, then it won't available for me to create. Okay, and then you can give some description, test, and you wanted to give it public or private. When you give public, everyone can see this. When you give private, you are the one guy who can see this. Nobody will not see this one. Okay, and add a readme.file. If you click on this, it will add a readme file. What is this readme file? Readme file is a manual for your repository. A manual for your repository. Example, whenever you're buying any computer or a mouse or anything mobile, you will get a user manual, right? How to handle that mission. So in the user manual, everything will be mentioned. Similar way, readme is the file that where developer or you or me, anyone, will keep the steps how to install or how to configure or what happening with this repository, what is an architecture of this repository. All those information we will specify in the readme file, in .md file. Okay, markdown file we call .md, and add .git ignore file. So what is this ignore file? Right now we are not adding. If you add this one, you will be limit or you will be rejecting unwanted tracking files. Unwanted tracking files. Example, .env files. Those GitHub will reject automatically. We will discuss all. For now, you just create. So this licenses, just leave it. You can add a MIT license or Apache license. Just create this repository. Once you created this repository, it will be look like this. And you have options here, you can see. The code, issues, pull request, action, projects and all we will discuss. So first thing first, here, if you click on this code, it will ask you to, you want to download HTTPS, SSH or GitHub CLI. In most of the companies, like I won't say that percentage, but all the companies will mostly prefer SSH rather HTTPS. Few companies they use HTTPS also, and few companies they will use GitHub CLI. They will also download. In some companies they will download GitHub desktop application. Okay, GitHub desktop application. With that developers will handle actually. So this is, if your company is using this one, then only use. Otherwise, you can just go with the SSH or HTTPS. It is same case with your GitLab as well. It's the same case with your GitLab as well. Okay. So if you click on this HTTPS, since it is the public one, it automatically clone. It will be automatically clone. You copy this one. For SSH, you need to set up SSH keys. Okay, I will tell you this. You need to set up SSH keys. In Git classes, we will discuss. Just for now, I am telling this setup, local setup. Okay, we have separate Git classes. We will discuss all this. You click on this. Just take this one and go to your terminal. Git clone. Git clone. and just paste this one. When you enter, it will clone this repository. Okay, and cd dd test MLOps. You are into the test MLOps right now. You see ls readme file is there. Readme file is there. Yes, this is the one way. And here in your VS Code, go to the file, open folder, open downloads, test MLOps, select the folder. Then it is opened my readme file. Here you can see this is a readme file. So I don't have much files here. So this is a folder, it is opened. Okay, in VS Code. If you have all the files, it will show all the files here. Can't I directly clone in VS Code? You can clone in VS Code directly also. If I open new window here, it will ask me to clone this Git repository. Clone Git repository. If you clone this Git repository, it will ask you to connect, allow. In which account? This is the account. That's it. This is connected. If you see here, it is connected. It is connected. And then git clone. Repository name. See, all the repositories are listing here. So which one you would like to clone? If you select this one and hit enter, your VS Code automatically clone the repository. It is the same case with your cursor. It is the same case with your anti-gravity. It is the same case with your IntelliJ IDE. Okay, all these IDEs, it is same. It will automatically. But most friendly and comfortable IDE is VS Code. Okay, and okay, in some cases, what happened? Uh, Already selected this one. So here you can see there is a connect to SSH, connect to dev container, connect to GitHub code space, remote repository like this. Okay, there's a tunnels SSH. So this is remote VM IDE or remote coder instances. You'll be connecting. You'll be connecting to remote coder instances. You click on this remote things. Okay, if you say SSH, it will install that, and then you can configure the SSH host. So in some companies, what happens? Some companies, what happens here? So this will be a separate server where IDE will be here. Means, sorry, your server will be here and code will be here. You will connect this one to directly to this. So you feel like you are working in VS Code, but those things will execute in the server, not in your local laptop. Not in your local. It will directly run here. But this is not recommended in few companies, and they will use. They are with that. Okay. And here I have this. If you connect this one, it will connect to your remote thing. This is the one of the option. And most of the developers, most of you also do that. Here only you will do commit and all. There's always a confusing thing. Just please use a terminal so that it will be very easy to find out the differences. So we'll discuss all this in the coming Git classes. Okay. Once you have set up this one, the next thing is you should also create Docker Hub account. Docker Hub account. Go and click on sign in and sign in with your GitHub account. Please. So use your GitHub account everywhere and sign in with your GitHub account. Okay. Simple. So this is important. Docker Hub also is important for us. And then Also go and create Hugging Face. If you type Hugging Face, click on this Hugging Face account and then log in here and log in. So it is similar way that how you are creating your GitHub account. Okay, just please log into your Hugging Face account as well. We're gonna work on an everyday basis with the Hugging Face Kaggle. Okay, please go with this account creations. Okay, yeah. So this is an Hugging Face. There are multiple things, models, okay, data sets, bases. Okay, we will be only trying on a free tier. We don't want any subscription things on the Hugging Face side. Okay, we can work it out with the free tier only. Then here is the community. Okay, you can check out this all articles and docs. Okay, and here is docs. If you want to use it for the enterprise, you can use it for the enterprise. And here we should create some tokens and all. Okay, not a problem. I'll tell you that how we should use this Hugging Face for our AML thing. And one more account you should create is Kaggle. Okay, go and click on this. Here also same way that whatever the this one is available, similar way Hugging Face is available, similar way only this Kaggle also is available. Okay, with all your data sets, models, marks, code, discussions, and here some kind of projects they will give as it as a challenge. You can also participate into it. Okay, so educator resources, post competition, here you can see, here you can go in it. So this is also important. We should leverage for our project thing, project building and all. You click on this competition, you can see multiple competitions here. You can involve into this competition as well. So this is a Kaggle. So Kaggle is a platform where it is kind of a GitHub, okay, like Hugging Face, same platforms, okay, where you will be able to find all your models, the open source things, okay. People are post here to get. Where is a platform for the AML guys? For Docker guys, Docker images, Docker Hub is there. For repositories, GitHub is there. For models, DAX Hub is there. For data sets and all, where we will get all this? We'll get it from the Hugging Face and Kaggle. Okay, this is a hub, one hub where we can find about AML related stuff. So these two are the accounts, main accounts we should create. In coming classes, we are now also going to create tax weight bias, pine cone, okay, like this multiple accounts we need to create in coming. Okay, LangChain accounts and all we have to create. Okay, but now it's fine. We're gonna start with the MLOps, right? We need data sets. From where you get verified data set? From the Kaggle only. Kaggle is important for us, and Hugging Face also important. Okay, and what accounts I have mentioned still? I have mentioned some things. Okay, CLI setup also I told you. You should install Docker Desktop. You should install Docker Desktop in your Windows or Mac, whatever. Docker Desktop. Okay, so let me open Docker Desktop. Not downloaded so just download this one, Docker Desktop. Once you downloaded the Docker Desktop, please log in with your Docker Hub account. Okay, if you open your this one, if you ask Docker images. No, Docker command is not found. We should install that one. Okay. If you click on this exe file and then double click install, then it will install your Docker desktop. That is Docker desktop also important for us. And what else? Homebrew asset, Git asset. Kubernetes, it comes with your Docker only. Docker only, we can install Kubernetes. For advanced things, I'll tell you advanced things, but right now we don't need advanced CLI setup. But to give you some information in the enterprise level, what happens? There are some tools, Nix, Nix Shell, okay, this kind of at FARC companies, okay. Mang and FARC, we used to call, right, the big companies, Facebook, Meta, Amazon, Netflix, Google. That is the abbreviation of Mang and FARC. Okay, so those big companies will be using this kind of terminals for the research and AIML side. So Nix and Nix shells, which is very easy for the development side. Research labs, POCs, which is very easy. Nix Flex and all. Or Dire env, which is auto env loaders for the your environment whenever you're doing any build or whenever you are running any code. So it will be very easy at your local environment to run these things. So these are all the some advanced CLI setup we don't need right now, but while we're going forward the project developments and all, we will configure all these advanced setups. Okay, so advanced setups to build your AML things. You should always run from your local connecting to the your applications. Let's say you are running a ML run from your laptop only, but the run will be reflected in the ML flow. You are running a run in your local laptop only, but the run will be reflected in the your kube flow. So that is also case. Okay? That is we should understand how we can also connect them. And sometimes your any model is running in the Kubernetes, you can also do test from your locally as well without disturbing that. You should also do port forwarding at your local also. We'll discuss those are all advanced things. Once we get some idea, we can go for it. Okay, Python done, environment variable done. Okay, brew fine. And what else we need in the local setup? Yes, it is was downloaded. Let me install this. So let it be installed. Let it be installed. Okay. Once it is installed, let's get started with our basic things. As of now, is everyone good, right? No doubts, no confusions, any concerns, issues. So virtual env automatically you can enable by running these commands. Python venv and env, and once you have enabled that, it will you have to activate that. Python -m vnv and then activate it. That's it. And if you wanted to, is this profile is also important. You should also configure this. If you're using Mac, you should configure this .z_src as well, because in your companies this profile will be very important. At this profile there are multiple configurations. If you're using VPN and all, there might be a authentications will may get give you an issues or errors. You should give this kind of aliases. Okay, alias means you are calling it in a shortcut way. You're calling it in a shortcut way. Python 3, you don't need to always call it. If you say Python, it call only Python 3. So this step is important in Windows, also fine, in your Mac also fine. Just do this one. Open this nano file in your terminal. Okay. So here you can paste that content and just click on Control X and it will save. If you run this Python this command and activate, it will activate. Why this is we should do this? Because if you're running Python with the different versions, let's say you downloaded two repositories is dealing with the two different versions. So in that case, what happen in your one environment in your laptop, it will be conflicted. So there is a version dependencies. So it will be very big problem to you. You are never able to build it. To avoid that, to isolate both of them, we should go with the virtual environment. Should go with the virtual environment. So that so each version, whatever you wanted to download, it will be specific to this version, virtual only. So you can build it. So that is the basic strategy in the Python. Okay. In my Win laptop Ubuntu app and I have all tools already there. Is this fine? Yes, fine. All tools are there. Okay. Okay. Check my Docker is all success. You should restart your system. Then it will be work for you. The Docker desktop. And then next thing is, yeah. Sometimes what happens here in your GitHub, you wanted to replicate the same VS Code environment, whatever you're working in the local. I see some students, I see some employees as well. They fear to clone. They fear to clone the repository, do the changes, and commit the change and push the change. While they are pushing the change, if you're already familiar with your GitHub, while you're pushing the change, they are not enough confident to push. So they will be always in a mode like, am I doing the right command? Doing the wrong command? Okay. The problem at the remote repository, if you open this remote repository directly in edit file, okay, when you are editing the file, so when you're editing this file, what happens? Only single file you can edit and do commit. What if you wanted to do five changes in five files? So that time five files you need to go inside, edit, commit. So five commits you have to done. For five changes you cannot do single commit. in the web. In the web, that's the problem. So but I want the same VS Code thing in the web only. How can I get it? If you go here, so you can get it in a two ways, code spaces, or otherwise just click on this plain area and in your uh, keyboard hit dot. Automatically it will open your VS Code in a web based. Hello, this is the account. Okay, now we can see it is here. So this is my VS Code in the web. Here you can see the branch. Here you can see the branch here, and this is the file. You can create the file here. You can create the file here. So this is very easy to do, but you always need to make sure are you in a right branch. In a right branch here. It is same for Mac also. Yes, it is same for Mac as well. It's a web. It's not specific to any Windows or any uh, Linux or any Mac. It is a web where any Chrome it will work, or this one also. But some companies will block this. Don't try. If it is blocked, that's it, it is blocked only. Some companies will block to not to open this. You should always do it from your local. Okay. If I open GitHub again, my account, see it will automatically reflect over there. And once you have created your profile with your company's mail ID, you will be adding into the organizations. Okay, I'll replicate the same kind of scenario here also. If you click on this repositories here, it will replicate all your files whatever you're doing here. One, I would like to add something like test line added. So here automatically it will detect. Click on this. So do a stage it and then commit it. Commit and push. It will automatically push it here. You can see only test is there, right? If I refresh, it will come like this. Okay. And one more thing is go and create Google Colab. Go and create Google Colab. Click on this Google Colab. Open Google Colab. So here we should create the notebooks and then we're gonna practice here in the this notebooks. Okay. So we also going to do in the VS Code also. In VS Code, please install Jupyter extension. This one, please. Okay, please install this one. So we're gonna create the Jupyter files. First, we're going to do the practice and development in the Jupyter notebooks, and then we have to convert them into the Python scripts when it is going to the CI/CD pipeline. But in the development, it will be a notebooks only. So there will be an extension .ipynb and then .py. So for Jupyter notebooks, so .ipynb is the file name extension, and for Python .py is the extension. Okay. So if you go and click it here, new notebook, it will open a notebook to you. So this is going to save in your drive only, Google Drive. Okay. See ipynb. You can just change the name. Test. That's it. Okay. And this is Gemini is already integrated at the Google Colab. Most of you already know that, but it is not giving a proper solutions. Sometimes it will give you the proper solution. If you're using the Pro, if you're using Pro, it will be very good. 2.5 slash is okay, medium. And if I cancel this one, so here we going to run the codes. These are all cells. We most of the time do practice local and collab only, and then we build the pipelines on the tools, on the servers, on the cloud side. But to go for that, we should do some practice around on this Google Colab and the local environments only. So if you click on here, so this is a search and this is a code snippets and all. And here you can right, and here you can give the API keys and all. Here is the folder structure, and here it is the data explorer things. Okay, you wanted to get any data for your thing, there is already lot of data is available, you can use. So here are some keys that we need to configure like this. I will tell you the Hugging Face, and this is the Google one. Fine. So here will be the server in the right side. So you will only get one GPU for 24 hours. Uh, when we are doing the GPU kind of trainings and any things, so we only get for one day one GPU. We have to use carefully. You cannot use two notebooks with the two different GPUs, TPUs. So here you should change that. Connect to hosted runtime and change the runtime type. You can see CPU, TPU. When you click on this TPU, it is a Tensor, which is developed by the Google. In our notes, I already given the differences between your GPU, CPU, and TPU here. Okay, CPU is the server where it is for the general purpose, where you are running your application, microservices, Java applications, .NET applications, and all. It is good and reliable, but it is not much highly recommended for your ML trainings and AI things. It will be very not that much compatible as comparatively with the GPU. Okay, so GPU can do a more parallel thing and more mathematically intelligent. Okay, it can be work in a more math calculations. GPU. So CPU is not like that. Okay, so when you go for the graphics processing unit, it will be for your deep learning and neural network and computer vision. Okay, so where it can give you more cores. So TPU is a Tensor one which is developed by the Google only. Okay, which is a very fast and very efficient and flexible. So it depends on your use case and the model that AML work that we are going to do. For that, our use cases are going to change. Whether you can complete that work on the CPU, then you will be able to save this cost. Whether you want GPU, so yes, a little bit high cost, should go for it, and TPU, then you have to go for the GCP. So nowadays everything is NVIDIA GPUs are the perfect GPUs now training AML model, very efficient and good. Okay, so instead this collab, are we getting this again anyway other platform? Yes, we have Vast AI and we have Runpod. Like this, we have platforms where we can take a temporary basis rental GPU servers and then we can use them. Here you can see for our RTX 5090 the latest one which is giving $0.35 per hour. Okay, and if you go on this on demand you can avail this one, or if you go to Runpod here, sign in, you should do some billing actually. You should add some credits and then you can use this GPU server. It's for my personal projects. Continue. I don't want all this. I'll skip it. So how do you want to launch a GPU environment, run AI model via API, use public API endpoint and launch GPU cluster. Okay, I just want this one and just continue. So here you should add a payment and accordingly it will charge. If you see here, so this is A40 is only charging you 0.40 dollars per hour. Okay, if you comparatively go with the AWS also, it's slightly high. Okay, but it will be more flexible than the cloud environments. Okay, here you can see all this. So A100 XSM, so it is just $1.49 per hour. So we can use these things. If any specific AI models that you wanted to run on a specific GPU only. So in a rental purpose, we can take like this and we can do our things. Okay, pod templates, pod public endpoints. As per our classes, we gonna okay. So CPU is for the general purpose, GPU is for ML model purpose, and TPU is the deep learning. Yes, Rajkumar, right. But general purpose in the sense what? Like you can also do ML work also in the CPU, but not heavy models. Tiny models you can use. But when you go for the inference and serving and model training and heavy, you should go for GPU. When you are going with ARI, RNN or neural networks, high deep learning AI, then you should go with the TPU because the throughput will be very high, latency will be very high, and reliability very speed on the TPU side. So that is the thing. So similar like your collab, you can also get it from the Kaggle. Okay, Kaggle notebooks, Kaggle notebooks. Okay, here you can see Kaggle notebook or dataset. Create a Kaggle notebook. But in the Kaggle, what happens? Kaggle will only give you CPU, not the GPU. Yes, nowadays we are hearing the NVIDIA. NVIDIA is now all future AI/ML models are going to be trained on NVIDIA only. So that is the problem. NVIDIA is not selling to the China and China is lying in this AI/ML. If they would be providing that to the China and DeepSeek will be the highest intelligent model ever, that it is going to be beat all these models actually. So, but that is not happening for a good sake only. If you see this notebook from the Kaggle, here also we can do similar kind of activities what we are doing in the Google Colab. Okay. So here restart and where it is change runtime start settings and run accelerator. Here you can see TPU and none, no GPU. Okay, not giving you GPU thing. So that is the problem with the Kaggle notebook. But we can practice a normal uh, tiny labs kind of thing. We can practice it here. Okay. And in future we also create multiple accounts. For now it is fine. And coming to the cloud side. So cloud side, what platform we're gonna use? On AWS side, we are going to use SageMaker with other things. Okay, we're gonna use EKS, we're gonna use Lambda, we're gonna use ECS, we're gonna use Bedrock, Amazon Bedrock. Okay, and step functions. And on the Azure side, we're gonna use Machine Learning Studio, Learning Studio, and AKS, Logic Apps, Function Apps, App Services, MLOPS, like whatever required for it. So in the machine learning studio also we will going to use, but I'll be only just giving you the fundamental of AI Foundry on Azure side. And I'll also try to cover data bricks as well. Since I not mentioned in syllabus, but on some interest, I'll try to cover this Databricks as well. And GCP Vertex AI. On GCP side, GKE and all. Okay, whatever required for this, gonna use it. Okay, for GCP side. So other than this, other environment we want to use, you know, enterprise level clouds only. These three clouds, and these are the three platforms that companies will use, and we are also going to learn on these levels only. Okay. So most of the companies also will be using Databricks. It is more kind of ecosystem. It giving you good ecosystem for your AML thing actually, managed way. So that is an advantage of Databricks. Okay, and there are some other tools also. Discuss tools. So AWS account creation we will do after couple of classes, and Azure also we will going to do after couple of classes, and also we auto MD in future. Did I miss it? So now in the local setup, these are all important for us. Okay, just please concentrate and do it. So we're gonna start immediately from tomorrow from our basic fundamentals. Okay, fundamentals in the sense what we're gonna discuss. We're going to discuss on Git first, and then uh, some server based thing. Okay, once we get this server knowledge and the Git knowledge and local VS Code setup and pushing, pulling, updating code, branchings. These are all very, very important. This because every day we're gonna do changes. Every day we will do changes. Git is very, very important to us. Should learn at advanced level. The first thing we're gonna learn is Git. First thing we're gonna learn is Git, and then after some the next things, and then after some then Python. Okay, Python fundamentals going to start with collab and all and local environment, building the small things, understanding the Python things, and then we go with it, and then we will start ML. Okay, so in the ML, first we will going to start on the data collection part, data, oh, mostly on the data part. We're going to first start. So to come to the Python, we should cover this all because everything that you are going to do in the Python after learning, we have to keep it in a Git only. But always you have to keep it in a Git only. So that's why it's so please set up all this. I'll be giving you this notes. I'll be giving you these notes. Please go and see these notes. And in your classroom, whoever not joined or didn't got invite, I already sent invite. Just please go and check. If you click on this, you will get classroom. When you click on this classroom, you'll able to see the classroom here. So this is the classroom. If you click on this classwork, you can able to see the classes like this. Topic and class name and the class title. Click on this, you will be able to find the notes and the video as well. So any other material, you can click on view material, you will get the material. Any downloadable material is there, so I will give it here. Everything will be the one hub here only. Okay, any questions, any concerns as of now? No questions. One more thing, like recently, Kubernetes is released a new version, 1.35. Kubernetes is 1.35. Okay, on December 17, right? So 1.34 side also, there are good things. When you see the checklist from this both of things, 4 was supporting on the AML side for the building or pod capabilities. For your dynamic resource allocations here, so the teams running AML training and high performance computing, so 1.34 version was good. Okay. Yes, Abhishek, we also see the scripting as well. Okay, so like this in the 35 as well, what happening in the 35? So 35 they come up with the some good things actually. So what happening in the GA? They mentioned something called the GA here. It was good actually. Good. Okay, so these are all the things in GA here. When your pod is running, the cluster, when the pod is running, this is a pod. The pod is running, you'll be allocating some memory and CPU, right? Memory and the CPU. So while it is running only, so you can change this. So this pod will be never going to restart it. So it's best for the AI models for databases, for the stateless applications, or stateful applications. It will be very good because if you're running a Java, well, something happened with the JVM apps, it will be very problematic actually. Until restart, you cannot do anything. If you done any something. So, but that problem is solved with the this new version. So that is a one of the advantage. And one more advantage is workload identities. Uh, they are saying that for each pod, they will be having a native pod certificate request where kubelet can generate the and then rotate the certificates. So that is the one more feature which is good. And they are selling also alpha. This one, alpha. So what this alpha is, if we have multiple APIs, we have multiple APIs, okay, and we are running a different versions. and we wanted to upgrade. So while you are running a different versions and you wanted to upgrade, so one version API and another version API would be a problematic, right? Previously to talk, but now it is not the problem. Now they can talk. Okay, so they can able to recognize and find the resources each other, and they can talk. So that is very useful. Then there will be no 404 errors in your this kind of thing. That is the one of the feature they bought in it. And they also added some kind of operators, this toleration something. Yeah, the numeric operators. Cannot see that. Numeric operators. Uh, so this is the one. Yes. So when you have a 10-10 tolerations on the Kubernetes, what happens? What happens? You have two nodes, okay, like this. You have two nodes. So this is your GPU nodes, okay, and you wanted to work. Your pod should be deployed here. You wanted to say that some percentage, previously 10-10 tolerations, key and the value should be matched with the node affinity and the taint and tolerations. Something a percentage here, 95 percentage, then auto evict and it will drop. So like this, the percentage you can give it here. So previously the percentage was not there to schedule this pod on a specific node. So these are all some advanced things. Who are having some good commanding on the Kubernetes, you will be understanding what I'm telling. So this is a good option actually by giving the kind of weight and bias kind of weights, not bias, weights. You can set the weights. So this is a good one, the Kubernetes in 1.30. And the disadvantage in the Kubernetes, while it is evolving towards the AML, okay, that's nice. But the problem is they have removed completely C groups. C groups thing. If you are running Kubernetes on your on-premises with old Debian versions, old CentOS versions, then no, it is not going to support. That is a problem. And after this 1.35, I guess they directly going to start with the 2 version. So as I see, they're directly going to start with the 2 version, not 1.36 or 1.37 like this. So this is going to be the end of the life of one version. And one more thing is like they also mentioned something the the it's not clear now. Clear? Okay. They also mentioned in the kube proxy. In kube proxy also there is saying that IPVS IPVS one. Okay. So this is now it is going to deprecate it. Uh, it is something not good actually, should not be, because there is a risk. If we spending time on IPVS for the high performance network configurations, then we are in a trouble. That is the problem. So yes, we are going to cover. So this is just I wanted to just give you the new thing what happened, the information like this every day. I'll give you a new news on any tool, any AI, any ML like this. Okay, let's say if recently 5.3 GPT is going to release, we will do a checklist. I will do a checklist. We'll discuss on it. What capabilities? what benchmark it has proved, how Gartner is affected, okay, how this Gartner guys are doing the calculations. Gartner Magic LLM models. DeepMind model. Gartner report. Company, not this. Yes, we will be covering all the. I mean, we'll be covering how to set up the development environment, Copilot, coding things, cursor, anti-gravity, okay, cloud, your local cloud, install your cloud. You can use cloud also for development. Or if you're using ChatGPT, you can also use ChatGPT. So the remote thing, will not, but your companies, mostly companies are going to offer the cloud, not ChatGPT. You can use cloud for okay. There will be the forgot that trend shaping data science and mission. So they would be company will be going to give you in Gartner. So they're gonna give you every company they're going to do a review actually, and they will give the a graph where companies are doing a competition over the world. Which company is standing at which level? Like okay, data science and machine learning. If I go search the image, find it. I'll just share that link. Okay, so cool. So yes, um, I'm also to conclude. Do you have any questions, anyone? Just wanted to understand upgrade process after Kubernetes available. How long typically it take to see? It is always depends on your team and how many workloads and infra that you are using. Let's say you have to do a checklist first, whether it is will be a good or not. Try in your test environment by upgrading that, and once it is okay, it is not breaking all your add-ons and plugins and your workloads, and then you can go for production. You should not directly go for the production first thing. At least you should run on sandbox environment, or you should run on the lower environment, dev environment, upgrading after your checklist is done. Then everything looks good. You should keep a, a monitoring time. Monitoring time means once you upgraded, you should at least wait for the 1 week of time, or 2 days, 3 days of time. If any workload is not getting breaked, then you can go for the upgrade at your production level by understanding all the required things. Okay, how many critical systems that you have, and the critical systems you wanna to go for the upgrade or not. If you are going, you should accept for all the challenges and then go for the upgrade. So it will be involving certain process in every company. You should follow that process. So I'll tell you upgrade how it can be happen. There are two, three strategies that we can use in a safer way. If you're doing through the Terraform, if you're doing through the manually, if you're doing CLI, but most of the cases you should do the Terraform. So we are going to cover the Terraform also. Tell you. That is only the Kubernetes part. For AML also Kubernetes is very very important, and Terraform is very very important, and Docker is very very important for us. Cool. If no questions, we'll connect tomorrow at the same time, 8 p.m. Thank you everyone. Please look at the notes, and also please set up your local environment, download VS Code, Python, Git Bash and all. We're going to start Git classes from tomorrow onwards. We should start immediately because we have to save the time for learning model things. We have to spend more times on the ML models and LLMs. So for this, these are all for us is a fundamental things. Should be little speed up. Thank you everyone. Just any questions, just ping me over the WhatsApp to me directly.
Recording stopped.
Thank you, Suresh.